Hey guys, welcome to the lesson 2 of Level Up Your Lighting and Rendering. First of all, I would like to thank you for your interest in this course. And today we're gonna be looking at the robot room scene. To download the robot room scene, you can go to renderman.pixar.com/robotroom. Once you have that open, you have to click this button where it says download projects. You'll get a Maya option. Once you click that, it should start downloading robot room zip file. So I already have it and it's on my desktop. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Maya and set my project. So I'll go to File, Set Project, and on my desktop it says Robot Room, and I'm going to select that and set. Next, I'll go and open the file. I'll open Robot Room R22. R22 means that it's set up for RenderMan 22. But that should not be a problem for us because we'll be setting up our own materials and setting up our own surfaces in Katana and using RenderMan 23.5. So once your scene is open, you can already see that it is set up for a full-fledged lighting and rendering solution. But what we want is we just want the objects and the overall scene. So we'll go ahead and switch off all the lights. They are conveniently grouped in the outliner under the lights group. So select that and press Ctrl H to hide it. Then I'm going to go to my perspective view and see what the scene looks like. So right now, as you can see, that there are a lot of things which are appearing black. That's because they are shaded in that way. To look at all the objects in a default material, you can go to Shading, Use Default Material. So once that's done, we can see that there's like a big box which is acting as a light blocker. So we don't need that right now. So I'm going to select it and hide it as well. Now if you look at the whole scene, you can see that all of these are very well set up objects. But what you don't see is that there are a lot of NURBS objects and we don't want them. We might want some of them and we might want to convert others into polygons. So to look at that, we'll go into Outliner, Show, Objects, and NURBS Objects. So once you do that, you can see that there are only two groups available now. So we'll open the first one, which says Everything. And you can see that these are the objects which have NURBS in them. So once we open the home group, we can see that there are a few objects which are NURBS. We might want to delete some of them and keep and convert the others. So let's look at them individually. So this is part of the Windows mesh. So we want to convert that. These Bezier curves are just like part of strings and I'm not sure if we would need them. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide them. Similarly, in the other side, we'll do the same. All right, so for the rest of the objects, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them and convert them from NURBS to polygons. So for that, I'm going to go to Modify, Convert NURBS to Polygons. And once I have that done, they are no longer NURBS. While I have them selected, I also go ahead and delete their history. And now I can delete the old NURB curves, or like at least hide them. Going ahead, we'll also see like there are other objects. So I'll do the same. I'll be replacing this string with a polygon mesh. So for that, I'll have to extrude a cube along the same path. So I'll do that now. I'll go ahead and make a cube, and selecting the cube and the string, I'll isolate them. Using the curve snap button, I'll set it near the string. As the object is really small, I'll have to decrease the scale. To extrude it along the string, I'll just go ahead and select the face, select the string, and shift right click and select extrude face. And as you can see, it's just one straight extrusion. To have like it follow the entire curve, we need to add more divisions. So I'll just do that. And because the object is still too big, it's causing a lot of overlapping. So I'll go ahead and reduce the scale of the object and extrude it again. So once you have something like this, you can select the object and delete its history. To do that, you can go to Polygon Modeling Shelf and select this button for deleting history. And I can get out of the selection. So now I can go ahead and hide the string. Now you can see that all the wires are actually NURB curves or NURB surfaces. So we'll have to convert all of them into polygons. So I'll select the whole group and I'll go and modify and convert it to polygons. If I go and clear the selection, you can see we have like a lot of objects which we need to group them together. So you can go ahead and select all of them, group them, and call them wires poly. You can do the same with the rest of them, or you can directly move them into their respective groups. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm selecting middle mouse click to move all of these objects into their respective places. Now if I go and select just nerves objects, I still have like a few objects which I need to take care of. So now if I look at these objects, I can already see that all of the robots have a bundle of wire meshes which are basically nerves. Once the conversion is done, I'll go ahead and select all of them and group them together. I'll move both wires poly and robot wires into the everything group. I'll also go ahead and hide all of the other objects which are not seen. Now that we have all the objects as polygons, we look at the other part of the scene, which are paint effects. So if you open the everything group, you can see that there is a plants group. Opening that, you can see that these are paint effects. Paint effects are not compatible with Katana at the moment, so we'll have to hide them or delete them. Apart from paint effects, which we have hidden, I believe all the objects are polygons, and now the scene is ready to be exported to Katana, which we'll be doing once we learn about USD and USD workflow.